What's going on, everybody? Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web. I am bringing you the final part, Mission 9, Episode 9, the final front Navy battle from Kartal's mini war room hack, ROM, whatever you want to call it, all the same thing. So today, it's going to be super fun. We got the 10-star Black Hole Final Conflict battle. So this is a spin-off, sort of the final battle in Advanced Wars 2, but instead of it being a ground battle and air units, it is primarily Navy. So, super fun. So as with any sort of final battle situation, we get to pick from any CO, one per army, and we get 3 COs, right? So, you know, there's lots of choices, 12 choices actually, if you're gonna calculate it that way. So, but me, you know, I'm a pretty basic person, right? I always enjoy playing Andy in the middle for these sort of battles. And as we know, I like Olaf. So we're gonna do Olaf for Blue Moon, and then we're gonna go Drake for Green Earth. So I've only ever seen this battle actually done once before, and I was kind of like half paying attention. But either way. Final front. Mission 1. Let's do this. So this should be a good one. Alright, so we don't get any text, but we know that we have 25 days to finish it. So this is going to be a very long one, folks. So grab yourself a drink, sit down, relax. It is going to be a doozy. But we can see, you know, Sturm's got a bunch of mini cannons. I think I saw a black cannon somewhere. There is a black cannon like in one of the corners. Over there. You just can't see it right now. But yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. It's super neat. Now you, as the beginning 3 armies, you start out with more than him. But the only difference is you need to go to him. You need to land on his area, right? So it's a bit tougher. So I did notice that I was given a couple artillery units, right? So I decided that probably a good idea would be to send these artillery unit up, so that if he lands anything on the shoals, I would be able to pop him right away. But you're not really given too many funds, right? So there's not too much that you could do on the first day. So let's just end our turn, you know? Now Olaf, he's got no navy, but he's got a large ground force, so we're gonna see what he can do with it. Now, I remember playing this, and I found it actually kind of difficult to do something with Olaf. I think I probably went about his area wrong. Very wrong. I probably could have, like, expanded a little bit quicker, but, yeah. The most important thing for Olaf, as Blue Moon, would be to push north and take that little island right away. If you can, because Sturm's got an airport there and he's got a base there. So if he's allowed to continue to build units from there, well then it's going to be a problem, right? Because you don't want to deal with units. Nobody wants to deal with units. Especially when they're coming at you. Now Drake, as Green Earth, has the most important role. Because he's got the main Navy force, which is fantastic. So, you know, you can't load 2 units onto an APC. That is for sure. Alright, so I'm going to drop some units there. And I'm just going to start sending them up. Now, there is that one island that is covered in black hole cities. So I want to capture that, but I also want to get an APC on that island because it's, you know, further forward. So you want to be able to get your supply chains as close to the combat as possible when you're dealing with Navy units. And that island just seemed like, you know, some tasty stuff right there. So just had to go up there. Go up there and do it. That's the way it is. That's the way she goes. For sure. Alright, so not much I can do with the rest of the units here. I can't really build like a lander or anything yet, so, you know, just plop an infantry there and That's it. Okay, so Sturm's got a couple Neo-Tanks up there. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. He's got a factory. So for those of you that don't know, a factory in Advance Wars, in the campaign, will allow your enemy to build free units. So I think he gets like 3 free units every single day. So, yes, that will be happening. He's going to be pumping out units from there all the time. And the interesting part about this one is those units, or where the factory is, I should say, is actually right beside the water. So Sturm is able to build Navy units out of there for free. So that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for Drake, for sure. And then, of course, you have the additional threat of Meteor Strike, for one. Sturm's Meteor Strike will hit a surface area on the map for 8 damage, causing significant damage. Now, if you don't position your units properly, that could severely cripple like any advance that you have going. It's just the plain truth. And you get hit by a missile, and sometimes it could possibly be over. So you don't want that to happen. So most of the time, the missile will go for the highest accumulation of funds. But the missile also calculates a few things differently. The threat of indirects is usually doubled in value, as far as I know. So the AI will count, like, let's say an artillery unit is 12,000 funds instead of 6,000. I think. Don't quote me on that. Kartal, if you watch this, which I know you will, put down in the comments if that's true or not, because I'm not sure. But anyways, the other thing is it likes to target infantry. So sometimes what people do whenever they're fighting Sturm as an AI is they'll make a big, like, triangle or a big diamond of infantry with, like, you know, a couple indirects in there, and just use that as missile bait. It's also my nickname for Andy in most of these battles is just meteor bait, right? Because, yeah, that's what he ends up being most of the time. But what else? Okay, so the other thing about this mission too is Sturm has access to the laser. Now the laser Facebook message. So the laser is a very dangerous tool that Sturm has access to. Now, I think it fires every 7 days or every 8 days, something like that. But what it'll do is it'll shoot a laser, obviously, right? Shoot a laser straight in front of it, which is directly pointed at Orange Star's base. And it's got an area of 3. Anything that laser hits will do 8 damage. Big 8, right there. 8 damage. So that is incredibly powerful. And it makes it so you have to kind of pick and choose, you know, what you're going to build from that base. So you're going to have meteor strikes launching at you, and you're going to have missiles launching, or you're going to have meteor strike launching at you, and you're going to have lasers shooting at you. So, yeah, good times, good times. Good times. The cool thing about this, though, is you are given a bunch of missiles, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, I want to save the missiles, because I don't want to use them just yet, but I do have a plan for those missiles. I have an idea. But is it going to work? I don't know. But when I was looking at the missiles and looking at the map, I was like, ooh, this could, like, be cool. So if you haven't guessed from my massive amount of global damage that I have chosen for this map, what I really want to do is I just want to wear down Sturm's entire army. using global damage. That way he can't advance to my territory, and it'll make it easier for me to push into his territory. Because I can force his units to go into either repair mode, or I can force his units to have to refuel themselves. All that stuff. So all good things. Okay. What is Olaf going to be doing today? I also have to make sure I killed that mech, because as we see, there is another missile silo over in the Blue Moon territory. And if you just leave that out there all willy-nilly, the mech would have gotten it, and he would have launched it at you, and it would have been a bad time. Don't want that to happen for sure. Now, Sturm's built a battlecopter out of his airport. So the one thing that Blue Moon has not been given in this battle is anti-air units. So, difficult, right? Difficult to deal with air units when you have no anti-air. But now I do. Now I do. I got some. They're on the field. They're coming for you, Sturm. They're coming for you. Better watch out. Gonna get him. Okay, so like I said, Drake has the most important role. Drake is basically gonna carry the entire game. So I'm gonna dive my subs. Make sure they're okay. So essentially the way this map plays out is Drake is able to actually use a battleship to fire directly on the laser from the sea, right? All you gotta do is get a battleship all the way up to the northern section and then plop your battleship right beside where the factory would be building naval units. And from that position, you're able to just fire right on the target in question. The only issue with that is along your way up there, Sturm is going to be popping out naval units that you're going to have to contend with, and you're also going to have to contend with several mini cannons along the way. In order to pull off the strategy that I'm going to do, you have to make sure to destroy at least 3 specific mini cannons along the way. Otherwise, they are just going to be shooting on your battleships, and you're going to have a bad time. So we'll see exactly how I managed to do that. My computer's over here, by the way. That's why I'm looking over here. My missile! Oh no! So he shoots my missile. Which is perfectly fine, you know, the missile's not really going to be doing anything anyways, so... So you see how he's got all his units bunched up there? Wouldn't it just be pretty cool if I had, like, some missiles to fire at that? I feel like that would be pretty cool. So we're gonna see. Alright, so... yeah, I was just checking Sturm's power charge at that point, because I've done quite a bit of battle damage to him, so Sturm is going to get his meteor strike this turn. So it's going to happen. Now, I'm not really 100% sure where it's going to fall, but I kind of think... I want it to fall on Orange Star. I want it to hit Andy. Because if it hits Andy, then, you know, it's not so bad. Because Andy, he'll be able to use Hyper Upgrade. Yeah, Hyper Upgrade. At least at one point. So that will make it so he can heal, which would be good. Because healing 5 out of 8 damage, at least, you know, that's pretty decent, right? Okay. So I'm moving my medium tank up, taking a shot. Gonna be capturing a base. Moving my other medium tanks up. else am I gonna do? Yeah, it looks like I'm just doing a bunch of small movements. Not really too much going on. Although, in hindsight, I should have moved that anti-air unit first before I moved the infantry and the rocket. Because I think that the anti-air could have went where the infantry is, yeah. So I could have got 2 more movement out of that, but I didn't, so... Oh well. I'm gonna build another anti-air. So... yeah, not really gonna bother moving too much else. So what I really, really don't want to happen is for the missile to land on Drake. I don't want that. Not at all. Because if it lands on Drake, that is just gonna set you back so long in the battle. So you gotta build all those battleships again and blah 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 blah. Not a good time. Okay, so I've captured the port, which is very good. Because that port is like super close to the front line, right? So you'll be able to pump out battleship after battleship out of those ports. So very good, very good. Ooh. So, in hindsight here too, right? That chunk of navy that I just put there with Drake, that is a terrible location to put all that, because that is looking like a very juicy missile target, meteor target, but we're gonna see what happens. You've played right into my hands. We got meteor strike. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Where does it go? Where does it go? Where does it go? Ha! It hits Orange Star. Why does it hit Orange Star? I have no idea. But he's got infantry. I think it hit a lander. What else did it hit? My medium tank. Yeah, so my only guess is maybe the lander was the saving grace there. So, yes. Yes! Glorious days, glorious days. Okay, so we're gonna pop a hyper upgrade, and we're gonna see how much that heals me back. Well, obviously it's 5, but we're gonna see what my army looks like afterwards. Army's looking pretty strong. Pretty strong. So that turns a devastating 8 damage into just 3. So 3 is a more manageable number, right? So that is good. Things are looking good. My Drake battleship got struck though by a sub, which is kind of not cool, but you know, could be worse. Alright, so Andy is just going to start pumping out those infantry. And okay, so I'm going to launch the missile now because he's got a pretty large chunk of units right there. And if I can force all those units to go into repair mode, then that would be pretty cool, right? Because they're not going to bother me then. Alright, so I know I'm not going to get that base, so I am just going to go ahead and launch a second missile. Now, originally, when I thought of this, I wanted to actually use all 3 of the missiles on one turn and just completely wipe that part of the map, like, completely out of here. But I forgot that I captured the property with Drake as a mech. So, I mean, the mech was not actually able to move far enough, and I tried to take a shot at the battlecopter with the medium tank, but I forget that he's got his power on, right? So it's not going to do anything, which is kind of silly of me, but you know what? Whatever. Look at that defense. What is this? What's that, like 150% defense? Come on, Kartal. What are you doing? What are you doing to me, man? You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Ugh. So much defense. Unjustified. Unjustified. It's perfectly fine, though. I mean, if anybody is gonna be a super broken character, it should be the boss of the game, right? So, it only makes sense. Okay. Unscathed Drake of the Seas. We are gonna see what happens with him now. Just capturing another port. So that southern port, like, I mean, it wasn't really super important to get right away, right? Definitely the most important things to get would be the northern ports and to take away Black Hole's properties. Far more important to do. Now, is this sub going to be able to finish it? I don't know. Okay, it did. Good. Good. So I'm thinking about sending this guy north. Okay. That's what it was. I saw that sub earlier and I wanted to kill the sub. Okay, so I do have my co-power available to me now. So I could potentially pop that and do an additional 1 global damage to everybody. But do you really want to do 1 damage or do you want to do 2 damage? That's the real question. Most of the time I would prefer to do 2. Sometimes it's viable to do 1 though. The nice thing about Drake is even if you use Tsunami, you know, instead of Typhoon, it still gets the fuel drain. So you're still being really annoying to your opponent. Because then they'll have to stop and, like, you know, refuel and blah, 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 blah. Right? Who wants to stop and refuel their units? Alright, so sending my sub over to the west. Sending my sub over to the west. Okay. So he's sending a bunch of guys over. Bombers. Everywhere. Bombers. So my sub probably could have been a little bit better sending it over into Drake's territory, obviously, but I think I wanted to just, like, get rid of that battleship. Okay, so that does almost no damage. Now, usually, like, battlecopter warfare is, like, very one-sided for the attacker, because battlecopters don't really have, like, a lot of defenses. But in Sturm's case, he gets that, I think it's 20% extra defense on all his units. So, yeah, he's really able to tank those hits pretty good. Like, a 4-7 engagement on a battlecopter is not very good. But it is what it is, right? So I can't remember exactly when the laser fires, so I am just kind of getting ready for it either way, because, like, it's so difficult to land any units on this map, because the shoals are, well, for one, they're super small, right? And then the other thing is he's just got mini cannons there, and he's just got a whole whack load of, like, super strong units there, so it's, like, super difficult to land. It's not impossible to land. You can land, obviously. But anything you land, if you land it without any sort of support, it's just gonna be shot down. Like, there is no question about that. Now, I think maybe a more viable option is you could maybe take, like, Blue Moon's force after capturing that port and send them up with a lander. Because you can land them on the western front. I think there's a little bit more space, so it might be a little bit easier to land over there. But Blue Moon also has access to an airport. So building, like, a lot of air units as Blue Moon, I think is a little bit more viable. Possibly. But, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so I got Tsunami ready on Drake, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna see what kind of damage Tsunami can do. Pretty soon, at least. Typhoon! It's coming for you. You can't escape. And Typhoon is so good too because the fuel drain affects those bombers and everything like super well. And I noticed that I can't actually hit the bombers very good. I would like to hit the bombers. So you might have to, or I might have to do something a little bit different first. So I tried to take a look here and I see that I can't actually get my sub out of the way. I could send him north maybe, but he's gonna be out of fuel like super soon, right? So it is unfortunate. Oh wait, you know what I could have did? Oh, I'm kind of silly. I could have actually just used the other sub to hit the sub and then moved the sub down. You know, that would have worked. Or I should have actually just taken that sub and gone and hit the battleship. What was I? Hindsight's 2020, right, guys? Guys and girls. Hindsight is 2020, that's for sure. Alright, so I immediately noticed that I have no cruisers too. So, in order to contend with the looming threat of danger, I need to start building some cruisers. Gotta build them, you gotta get them out. Because there's lots of things that you don't want to happen when it comes to Advance Wars, and one of the main ones is having 2 bombers just floating around your air units when you have no cruisers. Don't want that. But I sacrificed my sub to shoot those bombers, so now they're both down to 5. So I don't gotta worry about it too much. And my other sub has gone to take out the battleship. So, was that a mistake? Yeah, probably. Probably was. I think Max would have been fine just dealing with one little battlecopter. Oh, but now he's got another meteor strike. And I wasn't even prepared for this one. So we're gonna see. Meteor bait! Meteor bait! It's beautiful. So it hits Andy again. Big surprise. That's good stuff. Thanks, Andy. He's a good man. Okay, so day 7, and everything is looking pretty grim for Orange Star, but yeah, he don't care. Mr. Wahoo, I can fix anything, we'll be fine. Trust me, folks. He's just gonna keep soaking up those meteors. Get that battlecopter out of here. Had enough of them. Had enough of them for sure. Alright. Not much else for Andy to do. I got lots and lots of funds on Andy, but I want more. So, It's holding on to all that money. Olaf is going to go and capture that base finally. Good job, Olaf. Now, my initial thought here, too, was I was hoping that Olaf was gonna get into combat a little bit sooner, so that I could start really, really pumping out those Winter Furies and Typhoons, like, back-to-back, but... yeah, I miscalculated how long it was gonna take for Olaf to set up. So... if you're playing this, I think getting that port as soon as you possibly can is a good idea. Then you can start funneling your units up by via landers. Also, if you play a character that has strong direct combat, like maybe a Max or an Eagle or something like that, you would be able to use your air units to one-shot the mini cannons up there. So that is an option for you. So you could do that. But for me, pretty much Drake is just like, he's just carrying this battle. This is the Drake show. Alright, gotta build another cruiser. The bomber is in range of hitting my battleships, so I unfortunately have to move him back one space. And what else is gonna happen? Loading up a lander. Tossing an APC on that island. And that is pretty much about it. Not really too much else is going to be going on with Drake this turn. I really just need to get a lot of cruiser presence with Drake, so that I can start really focusing on pushing up the Eastern Canal on him. You're a father for my laser. So yeah, this is the laser I'm talking about. Doesn't do any damage to him, but does damage to me. What a jerk. So the nice thing about all that global damage and stuff that I've done is, like, the majority of his units are just stationary now. They're not even moving. They're not even bothering to attack, so I don't have to worry about them, like, you know, coming in. Which is great. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't build anything. So I think I actually knew that the laser was coming that turn. So I just did not build anything, because it would have just been shot by a laser, and I mean, what good is that? I was like, oh yay, I have units, but it's at 2 HP now, so no good. Alright, so just setting up my Missile Bait Part 3 Missile Bait Part 3 over here. That is all that's going on now. Poor Andy. Nell's like talking to Andy, and it's like, Andy, I'm assigning you this very important deadly mission against Sturm. It's like, wahoo, what do I have to do? You have to be missile bait. And that's it. That's it, man. Alright, shooting the T-copter. Screw that guy. And Olaf is so close to having his power, but he's not going to be able to get it. There's no, like, no damage happening. So, landers. It's lander time. Let's go. What are we going to do with those landers? I don't know yet. but we're gonna load injured medium tanks onto it. And once we do that, send them. Send them forward. But taking like, how many days has it been? Like 8? Yeah, it's taken like 8 days to get a lander going. That's not very good. Or has it been 8 days? Maybe 7? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it was... whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Took too long. Took too long. Alright, so re-dive my subs, so that's perfectly fine. What? Aw, come on. So rude. Alright, so now... I guess it's 4 mini cannons you have to destroy. So, like I said, there's a bunch of mini cannons up here in Drake's territory that you have to take care of before you're able to push your battleships forward. So, just to be sure, you know, I'm buying extra cruisers. Just in case. Now I'm sending my landers up. I'll be plopping lots of infantry up there. And hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. So Drake is also going to start setting up his own little version of missile bait down here, just in case, you know, the missile attacks. If it fires down there, then that's great too. Maybe Andy might be able to do something. I don't think I knew about that cruiser. Poor little battlecopter. The little battlecopter that couldn't. Alright, so I had to save my game there and reload. Because I realized that if I do my recordings for too long, my files just blow up and they can't handle it, right? So I felt like that was a good point to just do that. So if you're wondering what that little thing was, that's what it was. Potato computer. Okay. Now I can finally send that fighter up too. So the fighter is cool. It'll be able to, you know, assist with Drake. For sure. I'll also be able to shoot down transport copters that are trying to just fly over me like willy-nilly, right? So, all good things. All good things that it can do. More missile bait. So not much really happened with Olaf there. Drake is getting pretty close to having his super again, which is cool. Might even be able to get it this turn if I do enough damage, but probably not. Probably not. But if you can continuously take out Sturm's landers, you won't be able to land on your territory. But that's debatable, because sometimes, you know, you could potentially let Sturm build landers, let him load those landers, send them out to sea, and then shoot them down with units on them, which could be very good to do. But I think I just kind of wanted to just, you know, take care of them early, you know? Alright, so I sacrificed that sub to see if I could get my power. That's what that was all about. But it turns out that I can't get it. I was hoping, but no, it didn't happen. If I had sacrificed my full HP sub, I could have. But I don't want to do that. No. No siree, Bob. Okay. Sturm is 4 stars away from getting his super. 4 stars. But I'm in a very good position now on the map. Because Sturm's units are like incredibly injured near his base. So I don't really have to deal with that too much. He's really only building a couple, like, what's the word? A couple C units. So it's not too bad. That was a really bad engagement. The fighter did not do a lot of damage there. Oh, that was not good. Alright. So most of my infantry are like, you know, fairly healed now, so I'm just joining a bunch of them. Alright, and in the turn, day 10. Day 10 has been ended. So I finally have access to the airport. Woo! Things are looking up for Olaf. Oh boy. I might actually be able to send some units to go die so I can get my power now. Which would be fantastic. So that was my initial thought, right? With Olaf is doing the global damage, but no. Took too long. Took too long. Might be able to get like one Winter Fury off, which would be good. The only problem with like both of the global damage COs, right, is they kind of they're like yin and yang. So, you know, the snow is a hindrance to Drake, and the rain is a hindrance to Olaf. So, yeah. I do get another Typhoon though, so let's go ahead and pop that. Let's see. Beautiful. Look at all those fuel gauges. That's some good stuff. Good stuff. Hot stuff coming your way. Ah, that was a bad play. Yeah. Shouldn't have moved that there. So I should have moved the the APC where the infantry was, and yeah, that would have been good. But yeah, you know, whatever. What can you do? See, I was really hoping that that was gonna kill that that sub, because then I could have plopped the battleship on there. But then again, if you plop the battleship on there, then the mini cannon is able to take a shot at it, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's a thing, right? Navy battles are just like very difficult for me in general. I think it's actually difficult for a lot of people, right? That's why you don't really see too many Navy battles, just because you don't usually deal with Navy units. You know, they cost way too much. So, nobody really buys them. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So, yeah, so he's about to get his meteor strike again for the 3rd time. So I wanted to make sure that my battleships weren't going to be hit by the meteor. That's what it was. If it hits one battleship, then like, okay, I guess I can deal with that. But if it hits both of them, then you got a problem. Did you imagine yourself a match for me? No, but all 3 of us, yeah, maybe. Anybody in a one-on-one battle against him, that's not very good. Ah, no, it did hit it. Crud. That's still good. Why didn't you take the missile bait? Well, you got some missile bait right there for you. Ugh. Just unfortunate. Well, you know, Andy can't be hit by the missile every time, I guess, right? Oh, well. What I can do is capture a port. Hopefully. Maybe capture a port. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I can start doing something with Andy. Now, mind you, what you could do is, like, you know, while you're building all this random crap with Andy, is you could build a couple landers and just keep sending units, you know, out to the front, forcing Sturm to, like, do stuff. But didn't do it. And now I know that the laser is coming in again pretty soon, so, you know, you gotta clear some space. Clearing space for that laser. Alright, let's see what the Master of Snow has got in store for us now. So it's raining, so obviously, like, you know, you can't move too far. So that's unfortunate, but whatever. What can you do? So I think about going over there, but then I realize that he's got a rocket right there, right? So it's not gonna work. So I just send my landers over to hopefully land myself in the center at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Does this give me... Oh, would this give me it? It's possible. Oof. I thought I was going to pop Blizzard there for a second. There we go. Winter Fury. You've got courage to face me. I'll give you that much. Old Whitebeard himself coming in with the Winter Fury. Ba-bang, ba-bang. Snowball Assault. Alright, cool. Things are looking up for Mr. Olaf now. First Winter Fury of the match. Alright, so I want to load both of these medium tanks on there, but whether or not I will or not is another question. So, I think it's better just to get it out there, right? So just plop an infantry on there and just send it. Build myself a bomber. Cool. Who doesn't like bombers? It's like the go-to noob strategy is just bombers in all of these matches. Which is me. I build bombers all the time, you know, because I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm doing. I just like doing it. Alright, so start doing some damage to the mini cannon. Obviously, can't two-shot it anymore because, like, you know, reasons. Which is pretty annoying. But, you know, whatever. Whatever. Also, Winter Fury this turn isn't really too bad for Drake because he's not really got a whole lot going on. Most of my units are going to be staying pretty stationary. Not really going too far from their location right now. So, yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, more battleships. Need more battleships. Right when you think you have enough battleships, get another battleship. Alright, let's take a shot at the lander. So the nice thing about that lander being right there is it is directly in the path of... Well, it's in his building spot for Navy units, for one. But two, it can actually just move on the shoal, so just scrap what I said there. If it wanted to move, it could. It's got no problem. No problem moving. So silly me. Ooh. So silly me. You'll never refuel them all in time. It's got nothing. Olaf's Navy is here. %. Woo! So much damage. When you're dealing with a CO that gets like plus 20% defense on like the daily though, I mean that's fair. That's about what you're gonna be doing. Defense is just so powerful in Advanced Wars. Alright. So Olaf. Mr. Olaf's turn. Let's see what he does. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna plop some medium tanks right up in cannon territory? Classic Olaf move. Classic Olaf move. Beautiful. That's exactly what an Olaf would do. Battleships at sea, bombers in the air. There's nothing else I need. Attack, attack, attack. So I'm only dealing with 9,000 funds too, so there's like almost nothing I can buy. I can't even buy a lander. Oh, I wish I could buy something. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Alright, day 12. Day 12. 26,000 funds. Only one cruiser. Well, two cruisers. One of them's injured, though. %. Ah, I was hoping. Was hoping. But no. So that mini cannon is going to be, like, you know, dead next turn, so there's not really anything to worry about when it comes to it. I know the 2 HP guy and at least or the other mech will be able to take it out, so I don't really have anything to fear from that. What I do have to fear is that battlecopter though, right? So I'm going to use my last cruiser to do some damage to it. Hopefully kill it. That would be great. If I don't kill it, well, hopefully I send it home crying at least, right? That would be the goal. Okay, day 12. Day 12 now. We have Sturm wasting all his funds on repairs. Beautiful. Means he's not going to be able to build anything, which is great. Great for me. For once. And I did manage to get the port. Now belongs to the Orange Star Army, which is pretty cool. Not going to be able to build anything from it, but it's mine. So that's a bonus. Okay, so the fighter cannot do anything. Well, it's at 2 HP, so it can't do anything anyways, but I could go and plop a shot over at that guy right there. But, you know, I'll just move over. Pretty sure Olaf has that side covered, so he should be fine. Apparently, I just don't like infantry. So I'll just take care of that. Get that out of there. Whatever. Can't take a shot at that guy, though. See, even at 9 HP 1, it's still the exact same engagement. Just unlucky. Unlucky. Alright. I think I am preparing missile bait again. Nope. Just moving. Where am I? Yeah, no. Got nothing really to fear from missiles anymore. It's gonna take Sturm way too long to actually get another missile. Meteor. Sorry. Get another meteor. So I don't have to worry about it too much. I mean, in all reality, you could probably just end your turn as Andy now and then just be perfectly fine. But I carry on like a wayward son. Right, sending the lander back. I now have a couple injured units. I'll take a shot at both of the cannons. Which is not bad. Plop down 2 anti-air units right there now. I got another medium tank in that other lander too, so that will be good once it comes time. So I go up and take this shot without realizing, or without remembering, I should say, that there is a black cannon right there. So that shot is not very good. Not very good. No siree, Bob. So that's unfortunate. But I build another bomber, you know, whatever. So, good enough for me. Alright. Moving some infantry over. Preparing more missile bait. So now I am in a fairly good position. Fairly good. I got lots of battleships ready to go. I have taken out the mini cannons. Now the only mini cannon I forget about is that one that Blue Moon just struck there. So that one is still going to be able to do damage, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But now I have an APC up north. So that's going to be able to begin to, what is the word? Resupply the front line, which is cool. Definitely need resupplied front lines. That is vitally important. Gotta get it done. Resupplying more battleships. And I have enough money for more battleships. So, you know, just keep pumping out the battleships. So we're at endgame now, folks. Endgame. On day 13. So it's only a matter of time now before the battleships are able to take out the laser. But not if I keep getting hit by a mini cannon. Not if I keep getting hit by a mini cannon, that's for sure. So I think I just miscalculated there. I thought that maybe like it wasn't going to be able to hit me, but it did, so it's unfortunate. Even a medium tank comes in and hits me. Ugh. Gross. So I noticed that, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not quite done there. But, still an endgame, folks. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. I still got 12 days to figure it out. So like I said, for these battles, it's always a battle of attrition. You know, you just got to keep pushing on and keep going. If you can do that, you'll be fine. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it, right? It's Joe Dirt, by the way, if you don't know. Okay, what's Olaf gonna do? He's gonna shoot a mini cannon. Cool. So this bomber is going to be injured, obviously. Oh, I don't know why I sent it over there instead of taking the shot. I think I'm just like, I don't know, just kind of done with it. I was kind of mad that it got shot. And like, it could go up and take a shot at the black cannon, but I mean, the black cannon, it's not really, it's not an important structure. It's mostly just there as a hindrance to Blue Moon so that they can't quite push up from that side. Because obviously, Blue Moon, if you got access to the airport, you would be able to just start sending air units over there, doing tons of damage, eventually just overwhelm that side with bombers, and you'd be able to take the laser cannon that way. So, Blue Moon's done. That's all they got. All I'm gonna do. It's the Drake show, remember guys? The Drake show. We're all stars now in the Drake show. So let's take a shot at that mini cannon right there. And I notice I can move my battleship up a little bit right there. So that's cool. So we're gonna plop them there and see what happens. Moving my lander. Finishing capture on a city. Moving another battleship up so that that would also be able to take a shot at the mini cannon if in the event of, and then build another battleship, send another battleship up, bada bing bada boom. That turn is pretty much done. Nothing else is going to be happening there. Just building one more infantry, that's all. Alright, Sturm. Oh, it's missile day. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Missile. It's laser day. There's too many structures that do damage to you. You know? Ooh. Yeah, missile day was not very kind to Blue Moon. That's unfortunate. Yep. That is unfortunate. I mean, the only saving grace is, like, Blue Moon did take a bit of, like, battle damage there, so that's cool. And he's got his hyper upgrade again, though, so he's not worried. He can fix anything, that is for sure. Alright, so big repairs happening, so that's pretty good, pretty good. Take out that silly unit right there. And everything is good. We're all good. Everything's still good. We're golden, boys and girls. We are golden. Building a battleship of my own. Don't have too many funds to really play around with, unfortunately. Now what I could do is I could join all those infantry and get a few extra funds that way, but meh. Meteor bait. Meteor bait. That's what it's all about. And the bomber has entered combat. Now, how much damage can I do? What's this? 44%. And I take 80. I take 8. Oh god. These trades are not good. 80% damage taken back. Oh boy. Well, still got a lander, so that's okay. Alright, so end that turn. Nothing else is going to happen there. The Drake Show! He's got all the battleships in the world. So I take out one threatening structure. Now the smart thing would be to move it right there. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to move the battleship back to keep it alive, and then I'm going to dive the sub there so that he can't build anything out of that factory. So that is good. Now, I'm playing a dangerous game there because it is possible that Sturm potentially could get the meteor strike, obviously, right? So, if I was a meteor, which I'm not, but if I was, I would go for those battleships. That's where I would go. Now, I don't think he'll get it this turn. But you can never be too careful, right? Now the question is Sturm gonna move that 3 HP tank? Yes, he does. Crap. No good. No good. Ugh. So unfortunate. Alright, 10 days left. 10 days left. What's gonna be done? Nothing. No battle damage to be done. But I moved the fighter down. And I am preparing missile bait version 3.0. Or maybe 4.0 now. I don't know. I don't know what decimal point we're on right now. Well, decimal 0, obviously. But I don't know what main number we're on. I think this would be the 4th meteor. Alright. Not really anything else that Orange Star can do. So we're going to end that turn. And then it is the Olaf show. He's almost got a Winter Fury again, which is pretty good. So if we just keep sending units off to their death, eventually I'm gonna get the Winter Fury. So that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah, nothing else that Olaf can do though. The Drake Show! Perfect. Alright, Drake time. No, I just can't do enough damage to that stupid thing, though. That's the unfortunate part. So I think I'm just gonna allow myself to get hit by another meteor. Or not... Get hit by another cannon. Another cannon. And yeah, that's about it. Now, what can I strike with this battleship that would be good? Probably the anti-air, if anything. Or an infantry. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's hit an infantry, why don't we? Okay, what's next? No meteor yet. He pumps out 2 infantry out of the factory, though. Oh boy. Oh boy. So battleship was only taken down to 6 HP, which is not bad. I was expecting worse, so 6 HP I can deal. I can do something with 6 HP. And those landers just have infantry on them, so they're not going to really be able to be super effective. Could drop one though, you know, and just see how it goes. Okay, what else are we going to do? Resupply the fighter. Building a bomber, and that's it. That lone infantry on that island against all those forces. It's gonna be doing some damage. I could really benefit from another Winter Fury pretty soon too. That'd be cool. That would be cool. We'll see if I get it though. We're running out of days. S rank requirement for this is like 20 days. These missions though, I never get high ranks on these missions. It's always super tough for me. Alright, so what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm gonna pop Tsunami. Get that fuel drain going. Shooting some cannons for 11 damage. Still debating on whether or not I should push these guys up. But I figure why not, you know? We're at endgame. Might as well go for it. Shoot a Neo tank. So now he's definitely got Meteor Strike. So I mean, it's gonna happen. There's nothing that can stop the meteor from coming down. The only thing left to do is just build more battleships. Day 17, he's got a unit that just blew up, so that's cool. Good for me. Well, let's see what he does. Destroys my lone infantry. So sad. Now is he gonna pop his meteor strike at the end of the turn? You and your pathetic strategy games. Is that all you're good for? Yes. Yes, it is all I'm good for. All I got is my strategy games. That's it. Okay, so unexpected target. I did not expect the meteor to hit right there. I was hoping it was going to go for my large amassment of missile or meteor bait over there, but it did not. Did not go for it. But you know what that means is now the battleships are safe. The battleships are safe. And everything is going to be okay. That's right, just end your turn, Andy. You got nothing. Okay. Olaf has also pretty much got nothing. Just need to go and do a little bit of battle damage with him, and then I can get my Winter Fury at least. So that'll be good. Get Winter Fury going, and do a little bit more global damage, and then that's it. Everything will be good after that. Alright, Drake. Do your magic. 5%. Alright, join that so that it's a full one. Oh my god, it's gotta be almost dead. How many shots do you have to do? That's actually 10. 10 shots because they only do 11 damage. That's how many. Okay. End the turn. Day 18. Can I finish it by day 20? I sure hope so. Alright, that's all he's got. He's got nothing. So Andy is not gonna be able to do anything. Yeah, he can't even do a damage to a flippin' infantry. Oh my lord. So I'm gonna lose that port, unfortunately. Tried really hard to get the port, had it for a little while, now it's gone. Alright, so build a bomber. Nothing else you can do. Okay. D19. What can Olaf do? He can strike a Neo tank, and is that going to get me Winter Fury? It does. Cool. So we get one more Winter Fury. Blue Moon is indestructible, except for all the units that died. Winter Fury. Alright, so plop that battle copter for some damage. It's gone, and that is all you can do. So just end your turn. That's it. That's it. That's all. Nothing else that can be done. So 33% there. I can finally take out the mini cannon, which is cool. So the only thing I'm going to do now is just build a bunch of units to hopefully increase that score by the end of it. That's all that is left to do. So Sturm will move his final units. Final units. And that's it. As for everybody else, we're just going to end those turns. Those guys are not needed anymore. Once again, boys and girls, this is the Drake Show. And with the Drake Show, we are going to just do a few more points of damage. Or maybe do no damage. Alright, good enough. Take out one guy. Perfect. Good enough for me. And the the laser is down. Victory! So technique and speed were good. Power was lacking. Smooth sailing. Alright, that was Final Front. I managed to do it in 20 days, so that was good. But you know, it could have been better. But, oh well. Either way, this mission was incredibly fun. Incredibly fun. Long, but fun. So it's perfect. Macroland is free at last, and the Black Hole Army has been driven from its shores. But peace can be a fragile thing. Be vigilant. Be brave. So thanks everybody for watching. This has been Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web. If you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. It really, really helps, and I really, really appreciate it for sure. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below to Kartal's channel, the creator of this ROM hack, as well as a place where you can download the ROM hack yourself and give it a shot. So it is a good time. Definitely try it out for yourself. I enjoyed it, and I know you will too. And if you're interested in playing Advanced Wars competitively against people around the world, check out the other link in the description below, where you can sign up for free at Advanced Wars by Web, play against people around the world. And if you are the chatterbox type of person, you can also join the Discord in the link below as well. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have yourselves a great day and enjoy. Bye-bye for now.